What in the world, Bo? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope everybody out there is doing great tonight. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Um, you know what? I gotta change my intro. What in the world, Bo? It's your boy Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach, future starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons that just love to sit around and talk about sports. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate that, Bo. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. Also, also, make sure, make sure, make sure that you hit that like button. Hit that like button for me. I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Man, where y'all been? Much love to everybody that's been hitting me up, man. Everybody, a few people done hit me up saying, "Hey, man, Coach Lowe, where you been at, Bo? We ain't seen you in a minute." I like, hey, man, I'm just trying to make it. Mama Country know the famous saying, "I'm just trying to make it, Bo, trying to make it." Taking it slow like a cat eating a grubbing hoe, blase, blase, blah. Y'all already know. So, first of all, let me show love. Everybody that's showing love to me. John Brooks in here. What in the world, Bo? He said it's Desmond Ritter time. It's Ritter time. False Start Falcon in here. Chilling out with John Brooks saying he agrees Bubba Gump is in the house. What in the world, Bo? Another smart. Come on. Come on. Come on, Bubba Gump. Come on, man. Millie Mills, what's going on, man? Much love to everybody that's chilling out with us. Let's see, Anthony, what's going on, Ant? Hope you're doing good tonight, my brother. Hope you're doing good tonight. Got Pax Paint. Says put that shine down and come on the stream, coach. Hey, man. Hey, I gotta get right. I gotta get right. Nate Bill's in here. Got Shane Elliott in here. What's going on, Shane? He says Jalen Carter may fall to the Falcons now, since he's gonna go to jail for a few days. I don't know if it's gonna be a few days, Bo. We're gonna see. We gonna see. For all my solicitors out there, you know, we gonna see what it is. I don't know if it's gonna be a few days. Coach Wallace is in here. Much love to you, man. Ron Smith is in here. Much love to you. Hope everybody's doing good. So, um, man, a few things have happened since the last time we talked to y'all. I'm waiting on Coach Ronan. Coach Ronan had to take old Shaka Liciousness out. Old Shaka, she had to take her out to go potty. But she's gonna be on chopping it up with us in a minute. But a few things have happened. First of all, the Falcons have made some roster moves, re-signed a long snapper. That's I always say a good long snapper. That's one of those things. It's just a constant. It's something that you know it's a sign of a well-coached team. If your long snapper is doing what he's supposed to be doing, you snapping the ball all over the place, the team just looks unorganized and they just don't pass the test. What's going on, Edward? D Sloan, what's going on with you, man? I appreciate it. He said, what's going on, Bo? You awesome. Well, look, I love you, man. Thank you so much. You got Tyler Russell in here. Much love. Bodie Bo in here. What's going on, B? Hope you're doing good, man. Hey, I seen y'all at the Hawks game last night. Like y'all were doing it big, Bo. Like y'all were doing it big. But yeah, so so they made some roster moves. They went ahead and re-signed that long snapper, but I think we can all agree that Lorenzo Carter, we don't know if he's going to be brought back on a long-term deal, or is it going to be a situation where they're going to kind of, you know, um, let him go and try to bring him back for a little bit more. But I think the elephant in the room, the overthrowing elephant in the room, the quitting week 13 elephant in the room is Mr. Marcus Mariota getting released from the Atlanta Falcons. I'm pretty sure Coach Roney is going to want to talk about that, but I know one big thing that a lot of people are talking about is the whole Lamar Jackson situation and the whole quarterback situation. First of all, I want to go ahead and submit my disclaimer. I'm kind of offended. No one's talking about me, being the next starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. And In the words of the late great Whitney Houston, it's not right, but it's okay. But everybody talk about the whole Lamar Jackson situation. I really hadn't been alive in what, like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. You know, I mean, I'm the old country boy being tied up, but I did want to ask y'all. So after everything that's happened, and you know, we're hearing different stories. Lamar Jackson's going to get franchised. It's going to be a sign and trade kind of deal. Desmond Ridder, the Atlanta Falcons came out and said that they don't know if, you know, they're not fully committing to Desmond Ridder. I mean, you know, I've been keeping up with everything, but the thing is, I want to know what y'all think, what direction, you know, and if you haven't been on the show, if it's been that long, y'all know I like to have this is the most immersive, you know, we try to make this the most immersive show possible, you know, with as much interaction with the coaching staff. You know, we don't call the people that watch us fans. With the coaching staff, you know, we try to have as much interaction as possible. So I want to know, do you feel like the Atlanta Falcons should go after a one Lamar Jackson, especially after cutting Marcus Mariota? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was this close to releasing a video talking about the reasons why Marcus Mariota would not get cut. And, you know, that same day when I was going to hit the send button, you know, I got the alert. But if you feel like the Atlanta Falcons should let Desmond Ridder be the starter next year, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, you know, you want to go in a different direction, you know, go off and get the, you know, Lamar Jackson and run around, you know, do all kinds of things, you know, throw the ball, you know, Michael Vick 2.0, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. So, you know, if you want to stick with old Desmond Ridder, you know, stick with what you got, put a 1 in the chat. If you thinking about moving on like a old school Maya and Silk the Shocker who can't rap on beat and going ahead and get Lamar Jackson, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all think. Dreads, what in the world, Bo? I see you in here. Brian Peoples, he said your hammy gave out on that 40 time, Bo. You might have to sit this one out, coach. Hey, man, look. The ham is getting the ham is getting nice. The ham is getting right. The ham is getting right. As a matter of fact, I was stretching at night. You know, I'm doing non-traditional therapy because that's what us quarterbacks do. We try to make sure that we extend, you know, the quick twitch muscles in our body any way that we can. I can't give away too much, but yeah, I'm getting right, Bo. I'm getting right. But still, I still stand by what I said. You don't see a cheetah stretch before he go get his meal. That's all I'm saying. For anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, go check on my channel. Future Atlanta Falcons quarterback runs the 40-yard dash, and you know you'll get a chance to see what we're talking about. What's going on, Ron? What in the world, Bo? What's going on? Hey man, we trying to make it, Bo. Molly Moss is Big Low. I hope you the next Atlanta Falcons quarterback so we can sweep y'all. Look, Bo, the only thing you're gonna be sweeping is your front door whenever you come home early, because you ain't gonna go to the playoffs. Because if I'm the quarterback, I'm gonna put y'all out, Bo. He's talking about the Saints. Molly Moss, a Saints fan. What's going on, Coach Trey? What's going on, man? I see you in here, man. He says, nah, Low, the starter and Lamar the backup. He says Low is the starter and Lamar's the backup. Okay. Look, hey, I can work with that. He can back me up, hold the clipboard, talk in my ear, let me know what I'm supposed to be doing. No, we good to go. The king, he said, heck nah, man. Lamar, he just way too expensive. I understand that. Shouts out to my homeboy, my big bro, Big Q, and Mickey Loomis. I actually had a chance to sit down and talk to Mickey Loomis. We had a real good conversation. Hopefully I'll get y'all up on that. Foes up. He says 1. He says you go ahead and stick with what you got. Todd Terry, he says 1, stick with what we got. Coach Wilder Smith, he says we knew Marcus Mariota was gonna get cut. Oh boy. I'm waiting on Coach Roney because I know Coach Roney is gonna have a handful to give y'all. The king, he says you need to stick with what you got. Brian Peoples, Big Bro says 1. He says, but he has to work. You got to work for it though. He got to put in that work. Edward Mitchell says 1. Ty, he says, Bo, you rambling. Look, man, the old dog got to get back in the saddle. I got to get back in the saddle. It's been what, 2.5 weeks? I got to get right. Bubba Gump, Coach Tyler, Sterling Woods, False Start Falcon. They all say one. They say they want to stick it out with Desmond Ridder. They see something special in the guy. And I understand what you're saying. I see something special in him too. The kid, he says 2 or maybe Justin Fields if the Bears trade him. Out of the 2, I'm going to go ahead and keep it a buck with you. Out of the 2, give me Justin Fields all day. Out of the 2, give me Justin Fields. He's younger. He's a whole heck of a lot less expensive. And, Lamar Jackson, it just seems like he kind of is what he is. One thing that I learned, one thing that my big brother told me about free agency is that, look, with free agency, you're not paying a player for who he is. And granted, I know that if it's a sign and trade, it's not necessarily free agency. But if you're getting a player from another team, it's not about who he is now. You're paying them this future salary you're paying him for the potential of what he could be, right? So if we're going off of that logic, Lamar Jackson, are we legitimately saying, hey, you're going to get even better? $45-50 million because we know you're going to get even better than you were last year or the year before last? That's the question. That's the question. Coach Wilder says 1, but we're going to add another quarterback for sure. Oh, yes. You got to right now, as of right now, Desmond Ridder, and I guess you could venture to say Felipe Franks are the only quarterbacks on this roster. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Oh, what's going on, Jay Mall? I see you in here, Bo. Coach Trey says, by the way, Silk the Shocker would be an amazing rapper, and yes, he would. He would definitely be amazing. He was Blueface before Blueface, So yes, great point, Coach Trey. Todd Terry says Ridder can run too. Yes, he can. When he runs a 4.5 40, so he's a little bit faster than me, but yeah, he can pick him up and put him down, Bo. Bubba Gump. He says, heck no, to Fields as well. Coach Wilder says Fields isn't getting traded. I'm just saying between the 2, if I had an option, I'm going with Justin Fields. Now, I'm not saying I want to make a move like that. Bring me a veteran quarterback, right? Bring me a Gardner Minshew. Bring me a Jacoby Brissett. Bring me someone just in case Desmond Ridder gets injured or, unforeseen occurrences, which befall us all. If you don't know where that comes from, make sure you read your Bible. Unforeseen occurrences. Just in case those unforeseen occurrences come up, it's one of those things. You got a reliable backup. Or if he's not who we've been pumping him up to be. If he comes out and he still looks like it's his rookie year because he only played 4 games, if he comes out and he's looking like a deer in the headlights, you got a reasonable backup that you can look forward to who could win you games. Because, for example, Jacoby Brissett looked better than Deshaun Watson last year. Unpopular opinion, but in my opinion, it is what it is. Jacoby Brissett looked better than Deshaun Watson. Got paid, ain't no telling how much more, 6, 7, 8 times more than Jacoby Brissett, but he looked better. Sanchez, he says, what's up, Big Low? It's been a while. I've been in deployment. We hit Singapore first. Now we're in port to Guam. Okay. I see you, man. Shouts out to you, man. You stay safe out there, Bo. You stay safe out there. Coach Padre, what's good, Big? What's good, Big Heavy? What in the world, Bo? Sterling Woods is in here. Big Low, go ahead and go to the scouting combine this week, man. You know what? I've been thinking about it. I'm probably gonna hold my own professional pro day. That's what I'm legit thinking. Bodie's in here. Says 1.5. Must consider all quarterback options available to us, but Ridder does deserve a fair shot at the starting quarterback. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Anthony, he says 1, stick with Ridder. Birdview says, I was with Jackson, but he's going to cost too much. I would rather get Jimmy Garoppolo first or Geno Smith. Let Ridder sit behind him and learn. Okay, he said, "I'll take him, Jimmy, for a winner, for real, for real." Man, if you take Jimmy Garoppolo, Desmond Ridder is going to play sometime this season. It's not because Jimmy Garoppolo is a bad quarterback. He's a serviceable quarterback. The thing is that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get hurt. You want to know how inevitable it is that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get hurt? Does 50 pounds of flour make a big biscuit? Yes. Will Jimmy Garoppolo get hurt next season? Yes. It's inevitable, Bo. It's going to happen. Billy Bills says, Low, I feel as if though the cap is capped. If we get Lamar, it's ways around squeezing him in to where it won't hurt too much. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, look what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes, right? Like his cap number, it's in the top 10, but he doesn't have a top cap number, and he has a 10-year deal. The thing is that Patrick Mahomes is going to be around and he's going to be performing at a high rate for 10 years. We don't know what Lamar Jackson is going to do. And if I'm, from what I'm hearing, they're saying Lamar Jackson is looking for shorter deals, like 3-year deals, where he could, get as much money as he can, because he knows that these NFL contracts aren't guaranteed. So go ahead and get what you can get and get out of there. And if you're still in a position where you can do something a little bit later, go ahead and do what you can do, Bo. J Mall says, let Ridder cook. I understand that, boy. Mandy says 1, but I still blame Rotimi. Well, how you pronounce his name? Rotimi for last year. Yes, whoever he is. Look, I seen the video that he put out on YouTube. Talking with the accent, with the white face, pineapples. I didn't like it. They can leave him where he at. Completely honest. The kid says, I'd rather have Fields over Lamar. Yeah. I'd rather have Fields over Lamar. We got our first Superman chat of the night. Coach Padre says, Coach Marcus, the turf monster, Mariota is officially out of the paint. I think he sabotaged your 40 out of pure jealousy. Hello. I don't think he sabotaged the 40, Bo. I think it was my lack of hydration and stretching that sabotaged the 40. Coach Padre, I appreciate that, Bo. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh, man. D. Sloan said, let's ride with Ridder, but give him some competition to show that the organization made a great decision. Like you said, whenever they messed up. Hey, look, I definitely understand where you're coming from. What's going on, Richard? I see you in here, Bo. Much love to my section neighbor in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I see you in here. But yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those situations where moving forward, and you might have heard me say this. You might have heard me say this on, one of the homies, one of the positive content creators channels. Just because you got the money, right? Just because you got it, don't mean you got to spend it. Fabulous, one of my favorite rappers. He had a line. He said, "Those who never had money get it and act a fool with it." Right? So the question is, do we want to be those people who get money and then act a fool with it? That's the question. So I know everybody's doing the mock drafts and the trades and everything else. You look at this, baby. Everybody's looking at the mock drafts, and all of these writers and everybody else are trying to tell us, oh, the Falcons, they're going to get Lamar Jackson. The Falcons, they might go ahead and make the trade for Derek Carr. Meanwhile, the Falcons, they just sit here, they're like, we don't got to do that. I mean, we can move some things around and, get it and still have some, a comfortable situation, but just because we got the money don't mean we got to do something with it. Larry Kelly's in here. He says, one, I'd like to see what Ritter can do. Rockman's in here. Says, we got too many holes on this team to pay that much money for Lamar Jackson. Yeah, and I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. What's up, babe? What you looking for? But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. It's one of those situations where you want to make sure that you can still fill all your other needs. Bottom boy Phelps in here says Ritter can do it. I don't know what they're talking about, and I definitely agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you. I mean, I see that Molly Miles in the chat. I think if there's one thing that we could all agree on is whether or not Desmond Ritter or Lamar Jackson or whoever else it is the quarterback. Falcons 2, Saints 0. I think we can all agree on that. At the end of the day, the Saints, they're a sinking ship. Shouts out to Molly Miles. He's playing on the band on the Titanic while the ship goes down. Shouts out to him. Got a special guest in the house here, Coach Roney. What's going on, baby?
Nothing.
Everybody, I'll make sure y'all welcome Coach Roney to the stream.
What are y'all talking about?
Well, we got to talk about this quarterback situation. I really ain't had a chance to talk about it because the old dog, the old dog, he's been tied up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Marcus Mariota, we were actually waiting, until you had some availability to come and talk with us about this.
Okay.
So, Marcus Mariota was unceremoniously dropped last week. He was released by the Atlanta Falcons.
Unceremoniously?
It was unceremoniously dropped.
Okay.
Coach Brian Peebles, J Mall.
I
Anthony.
feel like it was pretty respectful and ceremonious. Should we have thrown like a luau before he got out of town?
Okay, Coach Roney.
I was ready for him to be unceremoniously dropped week 2.
Week 2.
You can go back and check the video. It's on YouTube.
Week 2. Okay. So how do you feel about Marcus Mariota getting released?
It was about time.
It's about that time.
Yeah. In a minute. Yeah.
That was joint right there.
Yeah. It was about time.
Well, Coach Roney, and I was waiting until you came on here because the only thing that I had to say about this whole Marcus Mariota situation that I told him so.
Mm-hmm.
I told everybody that he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy that would be able to take us to the next level.
What week was that? What week was that you told everybody it's time to move on?
I think around week 3, week 4.
I think it was week 2.
It was week 2.
Yeah. We can go back and check the tapes. It's on YouTube. We did it live after every Falcons game.
Yeah, we did it live. But I remember, I think like around week 2, I think I was like, because I made the video in the backyard, and I was like, I don't know if he's the guy. I remember
so to me, that's when you're saying, we'll go check. But I know for sure you were firm by week 3, get him out of here.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I try not to be too hasty because every player develops at their own pace. But, the thing is that everybody develops, but the same way everybody develops, everybody reaches the plateau as well, right? It's like a belly button. Everybody got one. Everybody got a plateau. You only gonna get so far. And the thing is that, oh, wait a minute, Reggie, he says, I was week 1, coach. He said week 1. After that Saints game, I seen Reggie sitting over there in the Dirty Birds nest. He had tears in his eyes.
What are we doing, guys? What is happening on this field?
But the thing is that Marcus Mariota is who he is. There's no change in that.
And Jamal D said it, Marcus, he's not a rookie. That was the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're talking development, but he had plenty of time to develop before he got here. And the fact that they gave him a deal without any sort of tryouts or anything, that meant he was developed in my eyes. He was ready. According to Arthur Smith, y'all coach.
And that's the issue that we have, Coach Ronnie. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it on out here to y'all. You know, me and Coach Ronnie, we've had this conversation. 2022, it was a waste of time.
Yeah, it was.
2022 was a waste of time. This team, this actual whole team, was good enough to at least make a run at the playoffs.
Mm.
My bad, y'all. Marcus Mariota tried to hold me down. But at the end of the day, the whole 2022 season, it was a wash. And the reason why that was the case is because we wouldn't make the moves that needed to be made when they needed to be made. At the end of the day, Marcus Mariota.
We wouldn't make the moves. Who wouldn't make the moves?
Your favorite head coach, Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith wouldn't make.
He wouldn't make the moves whenever they needed to be made. So whenever I look back at it, it's like this season. It's like whenever I look at this season, I look at this wasn't the Atlanta Falcons. It was Marcus Mariota and Arthur Smith season because they went in. They carried the whole season like they were just worried about themselves. They weren't worried about the team. And it all came to fruition and showed whenever Marcus Mariota got benched.
Mm-hmm.
It all came to fruition and showed whenever he got benched. So it's like now, here we are, you know, the next season over. It's like this is actually Arthur Smith's second year coaching the Atlanta Falcons. Because just like somebody mentioned in the chat, Reggie Young, he said we also have a $40 million dead cap. It was actually like 70. We had a record high in dead cap. So with that being said, imagine being set against those obstacles and you still had a chance to make the playoffs, but you wouldn't make the change because you didn't want to make the change.
You didn't want to.
That's disrespectful to every player that's on the team. That's disrespectful to everybody that's in the stands and everybody that wears red and black all around the state of Georgia and Atlanta. So moving forward, I don't know how I feel about the whole Arthur Smith experiment. I'm just being completely honest with you. And I've been completely vocal about this.
I think that what everybody has said, though, is that he needs to have this year where he has money to really evaluate him as a coach and see if we should keep going with him.
If you make decisions like that, you're gonna make this. If you make decisions like that, you're gonna make those type of decisions again.
And that's what I've been saying. I don't like his decision-making process. I told y'all that his first year. I don't like his decision-making process. It had nothing to do with money, nothing to do with dead cap, none of that stuff. I don't like the types of decisions he makes. And as a head coach, that matters a lot.
It does. So, I mean, I want to ask the chat, I want to ask the chat what they think as far as like the whole. And Coach Ron, it's like whenever I ask people the whole 1 and 2 questions, it's like I ask them, "Hey, this or this," but I'm just asking, am I wrong? Am I wrong for feeling like the 2022 season was a wasted season? You know what I'm saying? It's like I know feelings can't be right or wrong, but I'm just saying, if you feel like I'm wrong for thinking that, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like, there's some legitimacy to what I'm saying, put a 2 in the chat, because that whole season, it just completely frustrated me. And it says, I think Coach Ronan, you was right. Arthur Smith and Marcus Mariota were still wrestling. Wrestling emoji. They didn't want to stop until one of them beat the other best out of 13 matches. Marcus Mariota lost. Tyler, he says Arthur Blank, he isn't getting rid of Arthur Smith this year.
No, I don't think he is either.
I mean, that's
they're definitely going to give him year 3.
Man,
we'll see how he does.
Mr. Mill says, mind you, Lo, even the way he addresses the media as if every question is an annoying question or something. Look, I completely, and I've mentioned something about that. 330 says 2022 was hopefully a lesson, a learning lesson season. As we move forward the next season, we must see base, and then it may be worth it. I mean, I hope it was something that we could learn from. I'm definitely hoping that it's something that we could learn from. See, everybody put their votes in. J Mall, Tidy from Atlanta Bird Gangs in here. They all say 2. They feel like I'm not wrong for feeling like that, Coach. What you think?
No, I think it was a waste. 100%. That's why I didn't go to most games, because I wasn't gonna waste my time.
Cat Omega.
I used my Sunday for brunch.
Okay.
I'm looking cute, and I watched the game on my phone.
Okay, Coach Ronnie. Brunch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them brunch spots was legit. The brunch spots, the ones I went to, they was legit. Jamaican spot. That's my favorite one. Coach Waller says there is nothing wrong with Arthur Smith, because when you have talent and winning, y'all wouldn't be having this conversation.
I gotta disagree with you there, Coach. I gotta disagree with you there. I think I had this conversation before the season even started. Like, when we hired Arthur Smith, there were things that he was doing in training camp that I said I didn't like. It's on YouTube, like it's recorded. So it had nothing to do with winning or losing. It was just characteristics that I personally don't like and don't want in my head coach. Now, you have the right to your opinion. If you think Arthur Smith is a good coach, that's you. I do not think so. So then when the season progressed and, his first game, he didn't play the starters in preseason, and we got smashed that first game. Everything that I said that I saw in preseason, that I said, hey, I don't like some of the decisions he's making, it showed like, hey, he's not making good decisions here. And we keep seeing that over and over and over again. So this is where I stand with him as a coach. If he starts winning this year, I'm still going to feel the same way I feel about him. I don't like his decision-making process, and I feel like in the end, it's going to hurt us more than it's going to help us.
But what if he changes his decision-making?
Now, that's the thing. You always have the opportunity to change and to start making more informed decisions. That will change anybody's opinion. Like, when you're put in a circumstance where it's like, hey, your quarterback is not working out. I know he's your buddy and your wrestling mate. Take him out the game. Okay, take him out the game. If he were to actually have done that, then I would have looked and said, okay, so Arthur Smith is actually starting to make decisions based on what he's seeing, not what he thinks is right. Because he is very much I think this is right. Even if stuff is proving that it's wrong, he's still that kind of guy. So for me, I would need to see more from him where he's making sound decisions in the moment, on the field and off.
I mean, I completely agree with you. Shouts out to Cliff Jackson chilling out with us from Facebook, man. Much love to you, Cliff. Reese Coach said, I agree with Coach Pepperoni. Oh man. And Coach Waller says 2. You're not wrong with your opinion. So Coach Wallace agreed. Brian Peoples, he says, one, the players still have to execute the plays, offense and defense. I mean, it's like I hear what you're saying as far as like the players executing the plays, but the thing is that if you put the players in just a no-win situation, right? If we're running routes and they know where we're running to, we're not creating any separation. It's it doesn't matter who the wide receiver is. You know, if they know which route you're running, it is what it is. Ain't nothing finna change. So I mean, that's something that we just got to keep in mind. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, I've always say that players make coaches because you can have the best play caller, but you have to have the talent to run it and make it look good. And I see what you're saying, in that regard. Trust me, I've coached on some bad teams. It was terrible. It was terrible. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just like a marriage, right? Both people, both parties have to bring something to the relationship. There's no relationship where one party is, only beneficial. In those situations where there's uh, a relationship when one party is only benefiting, it never lasts. Trust me. I've been in that situation myself in business. It never lasts. It never lasts, bro. Trick 654 said he on a hot seat. Said he on a hot seat, bro. Oh man. Norman Fitzgerald says Jalen Carter was supposed to meet with the Falcons tonight. Man, I tell you, that whole situation sad. That whole situation sad. Yeah, I think Jalen Carter is going to play next season. If you feel like he is going to play, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like he's not going to play, put a 2 in the chat. I ain't finna say nothing to help dissuade y'all what y'all thinking. JJ, what's going on, Bo? Oh, JJ, he asked what the question was. I was wondering, like, am I wrong for feeling like last year was kind of a wasted year? I know it was like a learning process, but I was trying to figure out, like, am I wrong, for feeling like that? But yeah, is it one of those situations where I feel like Jalen Carter is going to play next year? If you feel like he is going to play, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those situations where he's not going to be on the NFL field yet next year, put a 2 in the chat. I think look, man, this is at the end of the day, this is football in the NFL. I feel like he's gonna be playing. He plays football in North America. He's gonna be he's gonna be on the football field next year. Cut and dry, simple and plain. Atlanta Bird Gang, Rockman, Shane, ATM. They all feel like he's gonna be on the field this next year. JJ, Brian Peoples, J Mall, Dr. Ganja, they feel like he's gonna be on the field. Coach Tyler, what's going on, Coach Key? Hope you're doing good. Coach Wallace says 1. Yes, Carter will play this NFL season coming up. Yeah, I feel like it's inevitable. So, Coach Ronan, did you hear about what happened with Jalen Carter?
No, I remember you mentioned something about speed racing or something like that.
Man, you took it back to speed racing.
Go Speed Racer,
go Speed Racer, go! You young Thundercats don't know nothing about it. But yeah. So basically, according to Adam Schefter's report, I heard some of it. If I'm not mistaken, they said that he was driving a vehicle, and the Georgia player that passed away was driving another vehicle. They got in the center lane. I'm sitting here thinking
they both were in the center lane.
Yeah, they both were in the center lane. Apparently, they made a U-turn. I'm sitting here like, we
in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, we adjusters. This is right up my alley.
Yeah.
And then they said they overtook the other vehicles that were already in the lane. And they said that they were trying to race.
So they were racing and they were using the center lane as an additional lane.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
that's what caused the wreck.
Yeah, apparently.
But only the people in the one car passed away. Yeah. He was fine in the other car.
And they said that he left the scene.
And so when the friends he was racing with, allegedly now, So allegedly, when the friends he was racing with crashed, he kept going.
He kept going.
And he trying to act like he wasn't a part of the accident at all?
Well, apparently they said that they got video of him at the accident scene.
So he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
So what?
But he left.
Well, how did they get video of him at the scene?
I don't know how they.
Are they saying he was there when the police arrived? Or are they saying he was at the scene when the accident happened and left before the police arrived?
I don't see. That's what I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows was he there when the police was there, or was he there and then dipped off? Because the inclination I got, it sounds like he left. He pulled a Kevin Hart and left before the police got there. But I could be wrong. But I just feel
this seems real hanky, like something's not quite right here.
Well, you remember whenever it happened, I was
yeah, we both were like, there's more to this than what they're releasing. That was one of the things I was like, we should talk about this, but there was not enough information out there. You know, people had passed away, so it's like we'll give people time to grieve and stuff like that. But at this point, more details are starting to come out, and you're starting to get a fuller picture where it feels like there was a lot more going on than came out initially, or than that UGA wanted out.
Sounds like it's what you.
Oh, of course, because this looks bad on UGA. Yes. Even though, you know, UGA wasn't driving the vehicles or racing, it looks bad on the university because it's their players, it's their staff members. They're putting the public at risk after celebrating and drinking. They're recruiters. Okay.
How you be in a relationship with a recruiter? Okay. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whoa. You what's wrong with being in a relationship with a recruiter? Nothing at all. So like
you being sarcastic. Right?
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
What you talking about?
What's wrong with being in a relationship with a recruiter?
They a recruiter.
What's that mean? Say it. What does that mean?
What's that about saying?
What's the problem?
Who said this? Won't you say?
Okay, so you're not gonna say it. So, like I said, there's no issue with me.
You know what the issue is?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what the issue is.
Ain't no need to go down that road.
Don't be worried about what that lady's doing.
What you talking about? What that lady doing?
He want to be with her. He's with her.
But anyway, ain't that a conflict of interest?
I believe so. I don't think.
Okay, then. You can't. So that's the issue.
You can't work for a school, and even though they're adults, and date the students. You can't do that. Like it has to be a clear separation. That's not what you're saying.
What you think I'm saying?
You're saying that because she's a recruiter, she's doing certain things to get these guys to come to the school.
I ain't say that because they was in a relationship.
That's what you were.
They was in a relationship.
And you were like, why would you be in a relationship with a recruiter?
Because it's a conflict of interest. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. We'll go with that.
You try to put something
We'll go with that.
You try to put something
on me. We don't shame women over here.
I ain't shaming nobody.
Anyway, so.
If everybody should be saying UGA. That's a conflict of interest.
No, it's not right. And it doesn't matter how old they are. If they were 21, 22, if they're a student at that school and you work for that school, you should not have a relationship with them, especially if you're in a department that oversees any activities they participate in. That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Joseph Thornton, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Eric Mack says, man, Eric Mack must be related to Big Low Conspiracy. He says it's funny how they find all the dirt on these guys right before the draft. You remember Laramie Tunsil? That's the kid's name, Laramie Tunsil, the one that was using the smoking gas mask.
The meme there,
yeah, right. They released it like an hour before the draft.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Rottman, he says, do I think UGA can go 3? I don't think so, but it's just too many things. Too many things going on. I lost too many pieces. I hope so.
Hurt recruiting a little bit.
Yeah, I hope so. But I mean, you legit never know. Got Trey in here. He says, rise up. He just spelled it wrong. Yeah, I mean, so this whole Jalen Carter situation, Coach Ronnie.
False-Start Falcon said Leo Collins.
Oh, Leo Collins. I thought it was Tunsil.
Go ahead, though.
But the thing is, I'm just going to be completely honest with you, Coach Ronnie. If he left the scene before the police got there, I don't want him on my team. I don't want that kind of person on my team. Like if you don't have no integrity to just leave the accident scene, with your obviously somebody you hang out with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, and that's just me. But I mean, what you think about it?
Okay, so Millie Mills and JJ the Great are saying it was Tunsil, but Leo Collins did something else.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody smokes the
So
devil's lettuce.
they all do something. For me, I think I equate it very similarly to the Deshaun Watson thing, where it's like, yeah, he's a great player, he's super talented, but those character issues always come back to bite you, and I'd rather not have anything to do with it. Specifically in a city like Atlanta, that really, really can get you caught up if you're not strong-willed, I guess. So no, I wouldn't want it either, because to me that feels very much like that instinct means you've made decisions like that many times over. Many times over. So I wonder what else could possibly come out, or what else you'll do and then try to get away with it.
Man, that's self-preservation, man. That thing real. that thing real.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure he was thinking about his draft prospects, because did they go off the road, or I'm not sure. But whenever he saw their car crash, he knew, first of all, he might not have known they were dead, but he definitely knew they were hurt. Allegedly. And in his mind, he was probably thinking, I don't need to be here because this can affect my draft prospects. And I mean, just to be honest, I wouldn't blame him for thinking like that, but you can't just leave the scene. You can't just leave the scene. You can't do that.
You can't. J Mal, he said, so how far do I think Carter will drop? At the end of the day, I feel like, first of all, the Cowboys there, they don't care. They're gonna take them. The Cowboys, Bijan Robinson, the running back, because Zeke, he's out of there. Tony Pollard, he's not an every down back. If he's gone, the Cowboys gonna take him. They don't care. But the thing is that nowadays, a lot of these, well, not a lot of these, all these NFL teams, they'll put up with they ain't like our jobs where it's like, oh, you did this, no, you can't stay here. It's like,
yeah,
they'll do
somebody will definitely take them.
And
I believe in that you get back what you put out. So if you have somebody of low character, you're gonna have those low character problems. So I don't know. And then we don't know if this is all there is to it.
Exactly.
Is this all there is to it? Was it just that he left the scene, or was there more?
Exactly. And that's the thing. And what I was about to say is that thing is that what these teams do is they'll put them on some sort of campaign, to kind of try to clear his image, have him do some community work, or
defensive driver
stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Make him go speak at schools in the community, just a bunch of random stuff. And they say, okay, that justifies it, and move on. So I don't think he's going to fall that far. I
don't think so either. I think the only thing that any of these teams should do is make sure that there's nothing else to this, that there are no other charges that are going to come up that are going to make him unavailable for much longer than people thought.
Yeah. What's going on, Ricky Gaines? Ricky Gaines, he said, I'm just chiming in. What's going on, Lo? Much love to you, Bo. Petty Pendergrass is in the
Petty
chat.
Pendergrass?
He says, talent over character. Give me goons who win games.
Exactly. There you go.
Oh, man. And Millie Mill says, man, they said that Carter has some issues before anyway. They said they've been saying that, and I heard
he's had other
too.
issues too.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that he had some, some character issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People make decisions like that. It's not the first time. Yeah. It's not the first time.
Exactly. Atlanta Falcons. He says another part of the equation is if he was there and left the scene of the accident, he might have had too much alcohol in his system also while driving. So
which caused him to leave because he didn't want to get a DUI.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. or he just left because he was drunk. Maybe he wasn't thinking allegedly. He just didn't think the situation through. He was drunk. He was trying to get to where he was trying to get to. What's going on, Miss B? Hope you're doing good tonight. 330 says Carter probably has the silver spoon in his mouth for the last 8 years. So that was the first taste of reality of his bad decisions. Coach Roney, I agree about the past bad decisions. Yeah, you make bad decisions like that. Ain't just like that ain't a first time kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
That's a normal kind of thing.
It's normal. Yeah.
Eric Mack says this guy was a mile away from the accident and was still charged. Man,
Was he a mile away?
That's
the question. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, was he going somewhere and then came? You don't know.
Was he a mile away because he sped off after the accident happened? Like what?
What's
the reality of the situation? I feel like there's more coming out, and I feel like there's some pretty scandalous details that are being held now that may come out. So if I were you guys, I'd keep my ear to this story.
Yes. If y'all hear anything about it that we don't know, send me an email. You'll see it on my channel. And if we hear anything about it, if we hear anything, get any information, we'll definitely be giving y'all some information about it, because this whole situation smells like tilapia. It's fishy, bro. It's fishy.
What?
It smells like mullet. Well, mullet be stinking. I don't like fish. It smells like mullet. It's fishy.
That's why you only catch the baby one.
Okay, Coach, right. Okay. Whatever. First time I went down there to see your family down in South Georgia, and it was like, hey, we're gonna get some fish. I was like, oh, okay. And we went up there. He was like, yeah, let's get some of that mullet. I was like, oh, this is the fishiest fish ever. But I ain't want to fear nobody. It was stinking.
So you wanted to tell everybody a story that my family likes stinking fish? All right, well, thank you.
Look, I just don't like the taste of fish. So I ain't saying that it was like stinks. I'm just saying it was stinking to me. That's all I'm saying.
Got you.
Yeah.
My family likes fish that you think stink.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that story, Big Low.
Anytime. Hello. Anytime. Eric Mack says it's only a mystery. See, now you got Tyler Russell in here. Talk about a small minnow. See, you keep that hate out your heart. Bill Mill says, all I know is that this incident shoots Tyree Wilson up the board out of our rank. Yes. I don't think we're going to have a chance at Tyree Wilson now. That's the guy that I wanted the whole time. So yeah, it's crazy. JJ Great says, Coach, you don't like catfish either? I really don't like fish, period. Like catfish fried hard is the only fish I really eat. But yeah, I don't really fool.
Fry hard to get rid of all the fishiness.
Yeah.
So cornmeal.
Where my box at? Where my box?
What box?
My Jiffy cornmeal box.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the best way to go. I'm going. Goodness gracious, Jiffy, the best way to go. That's it. Jiffy, y'all send me my check. Big K James in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Anthony says, "Lo, don't get put in the doghouse again. Just hood. See, look, I got put in the doghouse for this one right here, that Jiffy, because I don't know if y'all seen that show. Coach Ronan, she was talking about how she makes skillet cornbread. And all I said, you go back and listen to it. All I said was, I like Jiffy. She's like, oh. And then it became a whole thing. So, no, that's why she got on the table here. It's like, she just threw that. So, I'm still in the doghouse sleeping with Shaka. Mom says, so Big Low catches stanky fish and doing the stanky leg. What in the world? Nate the Great McMillan. Man, old Nate, he ain't too great nowadays. He says, Coach Low, wide receiver 2. Oh, yeah, you see that, did you? I got no hands, Coach Low.
I see.
I caught it. Well, I wasn't even trying to catch it.
Oh, wow.
Who could do that?
No.
I can't throw the ball and catch it at the same time. Yes. That Jiffy. That Jiffy do be hit. Petty Pendergrass says, man, that hot water Jiffy, it be busted, Coach Roddy. It be hitting hard, but you prefer your skillet.
I'm not participating in this conversation about Jiffy, so
Excuse
let's keep it
me.
moving.
Excuse me.
Keep it moving.
So let me ask you this, Coach Roddy. I know I said I wouldn't. Would you take Jalen Carter? Some people said he could be the first overall pick. We need help at the defensive line, and he can solve the issue. Would you take him if he fell down to 8?
Yeah,
You would?
100%. Yeah,
Why?
because it's a couple of factors, but ultimately, if you have done your due diligence and have determined that the only thing that's going to come out of this is that he's going to get some misdemeanor charges for fleeing the scene, go ahead and take him, but keep an eye on him.
I mean, this Atlanta.
I know, so you would have to keep someone on him and make sure, even if you had to have a coach that's dedicated to him his rookie season, making sure he stays out of trouble, do what you have to do. But yeah, I would do it.
I'm like a Wikipedia junkie. So it's like I wiki like a lot of my favorite celebrities. And you know one thing that I see that a lot of my favorite celebrities have done? Reckless driving in Atlanta.
Like yeah, they do. A lot of them do that.
Especially in Mariota.
I don't understand why. I can see Mariota. It's a lot of parkways.
Yeah, Cobb County.
Long roads.
Yeah. So it's like, does he need to be here? If celebrities.
I mean, they can put whatever they want to put into his contract. But do it. I think they would have to do what they have to do to keep him on the straight and narrow. But yeah, they should draft him if they have the opportunity.
Even with those character flaws, leaving the scene of the accident, when your homeboy, allegedly, whenever something had happened or whatever, like I don't know if I can get past that.
I think you got to look at it from a business perspective, and you got to go with the talent and manage the character flaws as best you can.
But the thing is that if the football ain't good, the business ain't good. If the character
but that's
ain't
the thing.
Good,
the football is going to be good. He was doing all this stuff that y'all say he was doing
at
Georgia. So he was still doing all that stuff and playing good ball.
You know what? Do you know all the stuff these high school kids get away with? I mean, these college kids get away with. It's a whole nother level at the NFL level.
I hear you, but they also have more. They have more assets and things that they can use to rein in these players at the pro level as well. And I think that if you have somebody talented enough, you expend that kind of stuff on him.
Man. Billy Mills, he said, quick question. Since y'all from the South, do y'all actually put corn in your cornbread?
No, I don't put corn in cornbread.
Now, Mama Country used to do it back in the day.
So did mine, but we stopped doing that.
And then
sometimes they still do though.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Now,
my grandma did for sure.
Whenever Mama Country was feeling froggy, one thing she used to do, she used to put that crackling in there.
I don't like that.
That crackling
That's
bread.
A souffle. That's not a cornbread.
What you mean souffle?
You just put it's a casserole.
How's that a casserole?
You're putting too much stuff in
What's
it.
What's wet in it?
You're putting too much. You're putting too much in the cornbread.
It's cornbread.
It's casserole now.
That's why it's crackling bread.
Like those people
that put like a piece of bread.
Like those people that put like the peppers and stuff in the cornbread. That's too much. That's a casserole.
And that's what they want to do with their cornbread.
But it's not cornbread. It's cornbread casserole.
How's it casserole?
Because you're putting too much stuff in it. Cornbread.
Casserole moist.
Cornbread are basic ingredients. Cornmeal flour, sugar, water, and an egg to hold it together. You can sometimes put corn in it because it's in the title. So, okay, if you want to throw some corn in it, okay. But when you start putting crackling in it and you start putting peppers in it, and you start putting all this other stuff, onions, cheese, all this other stuff in it.
And cheese,
yes, I've had people that put that stuff in it.
Who put onions in
it? Was a casserole.
See, that's a casserole. I'm talking about.
No, they called it cornbread, but it was a casserole.
You eat with a spoon?
Yes.
Okay, that's a casserole. I agree. But crackling bread, That's just straight. That's cornbread with crackers
It's
in
still
it.
casserole.
That ain't no casserole.
It's still casserole.
You pick
It's
it up
not
and eat
cornbread.
like this.
How do you eat your cornbread? What? Oh my
You
god.
pick it up and eat like this.
Okay. All right.
I said, do you though?
Okay.
Do you?
Okay.
So it's cornbread. You pick it up and eat like that cornbread.
Okay. All right.
Oh man. 3:30 said we called it dressing.
Yeah, it turns into something else once you start putting all the stuff in it. See, look, Trey Joseph, JJ the Great, Brian Peoples, they're all like, absolutely not. No.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Pendergrass says she ain't country enough, coach.
I'm not
I think
country.
She's slick bougie.
I'm not country.
Coach Ronnie ain't slick bougie. She straight up bougie.
I'm not country, Petty. He's country. I'm not from the country.
I don't think I'm really country. I think, I'm just old boy trying to make it.
You call yourself an old country boy. Listen there. One of your first videos, you pulled out your family tractor and rolled it. I know that maybe where you're from, most people have tractors they can just roll out to get on the John Deeres. You pulled out a tractor and rolled around on it. You're country.
Okay, all right. I hear you, Coach. I hear you, Coach Ronnie. I hear you. Mr. Mills, he said Terry F. Baby still might take that chance on Carter if he there. We all know he don't give a Terry F. Baby. I'm putting the Terry F. on there, but a F. The F is for what have you.
You know what? I gotta read this comment because finally Wallace Smith agrees with me. I know it's his full-time job to disagree with me. Wallace said, "Yeah, Coach Lowe, you can't be putting all this other stuff in cornbread."
So, all right. So, if y'all heard of crackling bread, basically it's pig crackling, like the pig skin, right? Thicker pig skin, fried up. And you put it in cornbread.
It's very, very similar to pork rinds.
Pork rinds, except it's a little thicker.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I put that in my cornbread, does that not make it cornbread anymore? If you feel like it does not make it cornbread, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's still cornbread with crackling in it, put a 2 in the chat. I mean, I don't see why. I don't see what we doing. Arthur Smith. It's like you stubborn.
What'd you call him? What?
Call you Arthur Smith.
Why?
Because you stubborn about this.
Oh, actually, you would be the one that's stubborn.
How am I stubborn?
You're the one trying to force other things into the cornbread that don't fit. You know what?
Bread.
Crackling is your Marcus Mariota. Bench it. We don't need it in our cornbread. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Oh, Coach, he's such a hater, boy. He's such a hater. Petty Pendergrass says, gotta add crackling bread to a bucket. She done had it before.
I've had it. Yeah,
she done had it. She just don't like it.
I don't dislike it. I don't think it belongs in cornbread, and I don't spend my free time chewing on crackling. But
I don't either.
Yeah, you must, because you are really going hard to put this crackling in cornbread.
I'm just saying it's still cornbread.
It's not cornbread.
It ain't no souffle.
Read the comments.
Mr. Mill says facts, Ronnie, because it ain't no tractors up this way.
Exactly.
There tractors all over the place.
No, they're not. No, there are not.
Ronnie, people be having tractors all the time.
So, as someone who grew up here, 100%.
I be riding around.
And I even grew up in like the countryer area of Atlanta. It was definitely more rural, but we still weren't. I still do not consider myself country. Nobody had a tractor, sir.
You act like you was all behind them people's house. You don't know what them people had behind their house?
Okay, we never saw a tractor at anyone's home.
Okay.
There was one emu farm. Maybe they had a tractor. They might have.
They probably did.
They might have had a tractor, but no one else had a tractor.
But see, that's just in that small area. Atlanta's huge.
Yes.
You go out the West Cobb, there be people with tractors out there all the time. Like, Atlanta's a big area.
Okay.
Down south, I'm pretty sure Uncle Steve probably ride around this tractor singing Michael Jackson. I'm sure.
We're not gonna argue about tractors. It's a fact.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Tyler Russell, Not Young Boy, Jamal D, Ben Quavius, they all say that it's still cornbread, Coach Ron. They all say it. They all say it. J. Moss said, I wouldn't do it though. Coach Wallace agrees with you though. He agrees. He says that it's not cornbread. Uh Brian People says, that's good, but that's not cornbread, Bo.
Thank you, Petty Pendergrass. It's now crackling bread. It's a whole different thing.
But it's bread.
This not what we're arguing. You said it was still cornbread.
Okay.
It's not cornbread.
Okay. So I say crackling bread. Is it crackling souffle? That's all I'm saying.
What do you feel like? Why do you do that when you feel like you made a point? I don't know if y'all noticed in the video that he did with the 40-yard dash where he brutally injured himself. But when he thought he like made a point, he like throws his hands up in the air and walks away.
Souffle. That's all I'm saying.
What point did you just make?
It's bread. That's what I'm saying.
That's not what you've been arguing. You've been saying specifically.
And so I changed it. I said, okay.
As usual, you change it halfway through. Okay.
So I changed it. I said, okay, it's not cornbread. I can live with that. But it's still bread. You've been saying the whole time that it's souffle. That's all I'm saying.
I have not been saying this the whole time.
What you been saying?
Said when you start adding extra things in it, yes, it turns into a souffle.
So
yes.
Okay, so when you add this crackling to this cornbread, what is
we can agree on crackling bread.
Okay, I can work with that. All I'm saying that is bread. That's all I'm saying.
Now, that's what you're saying.
Now what you saying is that we can agree that it's
yes, I'm
bread.
Acknowledging I shifted my position.
Okay, so we just agreed. We just agreed. JJ the Great said, no, sir, coach, respectfully. Anthony, he's just laughing. Nate the Great McMillan says cornbread Patterson. He said, poor Cordero, boy. He never gonna live that down. Coach Wild Smith said, Coach Ronnie, me and Coach Lowe are from the same town down south.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, yeah, but see, the thing is that they a little bit more fancy than us.
Yeah, and actually, Coach Wallace, he lives a town over.
Yeah.
So y'all are a little bit more cityfied.
Yeah, cause we ain't got no real life.
Yeah.
JJ the Great says, y'all be adding that crack, Snapple, pop to y'all cornbread, huh?
It's not cornbread no more.
See, he said corn to y'all cornbread, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's bread.
Mm.
JJ the Great, that's a Superman chat. Definitely, man. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see here. Mr. Mills, he says, I'm from Delaware and we don't even sell tractors here.
You gotta go a couple of states over to get one.
This is all cement.
Oh,
and patches of grass for a yard. Even our farm areas BBS.
Hold on. Falstart Falcons said a riding lawnmower is a tractor.
It is.
It is not.
It is. Go look it up. It's a tractor. A riding lawnmower is a tractor. It's a lawn tractor.
Are you serious right now? A riding lawnmower is considered a tractor?
Considered a tractor, yes.
It's like a baby tractor.
Look, don't disrespect the riding lawnmower.
I'm not disrespecting it. I'm confused right now because I've never heard this.
Riding lawnmowers are tractors. So there's a lot of tractors. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
You act like you was in the people's backyard.
We had a riding lawnmower.
So y'all had a tractor.
We did not have a tractor.
What was it?
A riding lawnmower.
Which is what?
Which is a lawnmower
That's what I'm saying.
Can sit on.
Wait a minute. So if a riding lawnmower is a tractor, right?
That's what you're saying.
Falcons said it too.
That's what y'all are saying.
Go ahead. We can go to Home Depot tomorrow. We like, hey, is the riding lawnmower a tractor? We can ask the guy wearing the orange vest. You said it's a riding lawnmower tractor. He gonna say yes.
I would want to go to like the John Deere store.
Oh, they definitely gonna say it's a tractor because they mark their stuff up. So we could definitely go there.
No freaking way.
It's a lawn tractor.
I literally Googled this about lawn tractor.
Yes, that's
oh my gosh! No.
So
I had a tractor.
You had a tractor. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
So look.
This is crazy.
Shout out to John Thompson.
Oh my gosh.
Brian people said they got that zero turn up. See, that's fancy. Because all I can do is push mine. I can't. I gotta walk behind mine. I can turn around 0 degrees though. I just can't sit on
it. Wow. I'm literally like, I feel like that moment in That So Raven when she has the vision where she's like, like it's literally like, what? That's a tractor?
I have a tractor. That's what I'm saying. Brian
So
Peoples,
crazy.
he said it's a tractor. Pat's Paint, Coach Ronan.
Yeah, Millie Mills. Yeah, I guess we do sell tractors then.
Molly Mall says a lawnmower is a tractor.
Oh my gosh.
So, look, you already know what time it is. Brian People said, "Oh no, Bo, you got to upgrade that one." Man, I'm gonna tell you something, Brian People, and y'all might look at the old coach side eye, but yeah, this past year I stopped cutting the grass. It was getting too much for me. I couldn't do it. Coach Ronan, she wouldn't let me buy a tractor. So
Stop calling it a tractor. A riding lawnmower. It's so petty. Oh my God. You're Petty Pendergrass. Hey, Petty Pendergrass, we need that name. Oh my God. Coach Lowe needs a new screen name.
Coach Ronan, she wouldn't let me buy a tractor. So, I was out there pushing in the hot sun. I came in one day, I was like, hey, Coach Ronan, because then I like overheat or something.
Yeah, you overheated.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I could do this no more, baby. So I had to get somebody to come and do it for me.
Anthony Souvenier says in Tennessee they have tractors everywhere. While JJ the Great says he gets stuck behind tractors all the time in Oklahoma. I cannot stand getting stuck behind a tractor. That is the most annoying thing, and especially down there where you're from, when they had the tractors with that extension, that like is it a thresher or something that extends out to the side, so you can't even really pass them. So you got to drive behind a tractor going 15 miles per hour because they're trying to get to the other part of their field. Well, it is so annoying.
Well, look, listen. As a loyal member of the FFA,
yeah,
I'm going to tell you something. Cultivation of the earth is the most important labor of man. So if that farmer drives to the other part of his field and you have to wait for 5 minutes, you respect
all
that.
I'm saying is I appreciate him cultivating earth. Why don't he drive on some earth instead of the cement and hold me up on the road?
So he can get stuck.
And hold me and stop holding me up on the road. How he gonna get stuck? They always use the tractors to pull people out.
No, see.
So
now wait a minute. Now hold
that
on.
problem should be solved.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now,
they need to build a mid-sized tractor.
Now, what that big tractor get stuck?
Oh
all I'm saying is they always use tractors. Now, see, look. Earlier, you were just wrong about the tractors.
You love saying that, dude. I can hear it in your voice. You enjoy saying that.
Earlier, you were just wrong about the tractors.
Okay.
So, hey, now, all I'm saying is, you respect that farmer. And you wait for him to get to where he's getting to. Because remember, you don't have to wait to get your food on your table.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I appreciate the farmers of America. I do.
Thank you.
Get off the road!
Oh, man. Because Brian People says, I'm a Carolina boy from South Carolina. So you got to have a tractor down here, Bo. You do. You do. See, I thought Brian People was using that bow correctly. Because a lot of folks, they use the bow. And like, they'll try to slide it in there. But see, he know how to use the bow.
What does that mean?
He's a low country boy.
Oh, okay, because he knows how to.
Brian People, you from the low country? You got to know how to use the bow. My mom says it's a tractor, aka protractor.
No.
You drawing angles.
If we have a contractor, does that also count, Molly Mall? Or a retractor? Oh my gosh.
Oh man. JJ the Great says Coach Ronan is even worse when they turn down the street and you're also.
Oh my gosh. That is the worst because you're like, all right, I'm escaping because I'm making the next right.
Let me tell y'all something. Now, Coach Ronan, she's like such an impatient driver. It's like I just be like sometimes you know how you at a red light or a stop sign, like there's a car coming, you can't really tell the distance, so you're just like, I'm just gonna wait and let it come. she'd be like, "Why didn't you go?"
No,
Oh
that's
my
not
God,
true.
you could've
It's when
went.
you're at a red light or a stop sign and you see a car so far away, their two headlights look like one little pin, like a little pin of light. And I'm like, go ahead and go. They're nowhere near us. And you're just like, no, we'll just wait. So we wait 45 seconds for them to finally get there. And I'm like,
Lord,
dang,
so
we could have
impatient.
been so far down. But back to what we're talking about with the tractors.
Okay.
I don't see anybody in the chat appreciating being stuck behind a tractor. And it feels like they wait until either you're trying to go to work in the morning or you're coming back in the afternoon to want to jump on the road and go 2 miles an hour.
Because they gotta go to work too.
They're supposed to be up when the sun is up. Like they should be on the road at 5.
Oh, so you determine the schedule of
I do.
the farmers? No,
I
you
do.
don't.
I
No, you
do.
don't. They
I
determine.
do.
If anything, they determine your schedule because you wouldn't be able to eat without them.
Okay.
Or wear them fancy clothes that you be wearing.
You know what?
Ordering all those fancy clothes from Shein.
First of all, I don't wear Shein clothes because I feel like they have chemicals on them.
Oh,
but...
okay.
From where?
Yeah.
You didn't do it right. Ordering clothes from where?
For Shein. Oh man, Brian Peters, he said, yeah, Bo. He said he's from Lamar, South Carolina, home of John Abraham. Much love to you, Bo. Much love to you. But yeah, Brian Peters said they work school hours, Coach Ron. They work school hours.
I be seeing them all the time.
So you know what you need to do? If you leave work and they be getting in front of you, you know what you need to do? You need to leave earlier. That's what you need to do. You get there on time. You won't have no issues.
Or honk angrily and cross over solid yellow to get around
You can
them.
cross over solid yellow if you want to. Ty McBride says, being raised in Statesboro, Georgia, you get used to it. Better know when to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got used to it living down there for sure.
Yeah.
You get used to it, but it's still annoying. I don't care what nobody says. It's still annoying. And you can act like you're not annoyed all you want to.
I'm not annoyed. I think I grew up down there. So it's like true. It was just a way of life
it's
for
just
me.
how it is.
Yeah, like so tractor.
I did not grow up down there.
Because most times, like if you patient, when they find the spot,
they'll pull over.
Yeah,
those are the good ones. The good ones will wait and pull over. There are some that will be like, nah, you're gonna be following behind me all the way to Claxton. Like they will just be in the way the entire time.
Well,
Brian People said he's from Lamar, South Carolina.
Lamar, South Carolina.
From Low Country.
I see you down there, Bo. I see you down there. But yeah, I mean, look, you gotta pick your spots. But you gotta think, because you talk about going Claxton. In some areas in the Low Country, you got them high ditches. They can't really pull over.
Yeah.
So it's like
I just wait, but I would love to be able to just go around them. But they're usually also on the road where it's solid yellow, so you're just stuck.
You just stuck. You can't do it. But at the end of the day, the cultivation of the earth is the greatest mission of man.
I agree.
That's right.
We love the farmers.
FFA, you already know. For y'all that don't know, I was a FFA president in high school. You know, prepared public speaking state champion.
And FFA is Future Farmers of
No,
America.
it's not. Why you keep saying that?
Future Agriculturalists?
Yes. Why you keep saying
it's
Future
FAA?
Farmers? No, it's still FFA.
Okay, and what's the F then? Future what? Future what?
We just kept the F because everybody used to the F.
But it stood for what? When they had it?
Before.
It stood for Future Farmers of America.
But what I'm saying is it's now Progressive Agriculturalists of America.
PAA?
No, it's still FFA because.
So wait a minute. So it's FFA, but it does not stand for Future Farmers of America. It's FFA, and it stands for Progressive Agriculturalists of America?
Yes. Yes.
Well, we know the farmers work the land, not the dictionaries. Good gracious.
What are you trying to say?
They don't understand.
We know we understand body.
So then it's PAA.
We
It's
just want
PAA.
to keep it FFA.
So then don't get mad if I say Future Farmers of America.
I
if
told
you're
you for the
keeping
last 15
FFA.
years. I told you for the last 15
Oh my
years.
gosh,
It's
this is
progressive.
crazy.
I told you for the last 15 years, it's progressive agriculturalists of America. What you steady trying to make it, what you want to make it. Don't
Am I
nobody
making it?
don't
Or is
nobody
that...
tell you how to say Shein. But so how y'all gonna sit up here and talk about?
Why do you keep saying Shein? I've ordered one sweater from Shein
That's
my
it?
entire... Yes, I do not order from Shein. I don't know why you keep saying it.
Oh.
But what I do know is that we have a blanket in there. FFA, Future Farmers of America.
You know how long ago we got that blanket?
And you got a little half belly jacket in there that also says
a half belly jacket.
If y'all didn't know, the FFA, they have these like little jackets that like come up to their midsection that they wear for like their formal events. And so Dustin has his midriff jacket in there.
Midriff? What are you talking about? You're such a hater, boy. Hate is real.
What do you have to say?
The hate is real.
And they both say Future Farmers of America, but for some reason right now, it's the Progressive Agriculturalists of America. Even though there ain't no F in there at all, there's a P, but we're still gonna say FFA. Okay.
JJ Great said he Googled it. Future Farmers of America.
Yeah, they probably changed it back because people were like, if you're saying PAA, then why are we still keeping FFA?
Okay.
You know, shame in being future farmers.
You don't gotta make it more complicated than
I'm the one making it complicated.
Because we're progressive agriculturalists.
Okay.
You know, because now it's like farming, you know, agriculture is a lot more than farming. You know, nowadays, you know, but if you stop and talk to a farmer every now and then, you realize the importance of it. Instead of trying to...
I don't know no farmers. I only know progressive agriculturalists.
That's good.
So I don't know. How dare you? How dare you throw that slur out there?
I didn't say the farmers. What farmers? I said that FFA is progressive agriculturalists. I never say farmers weren't farmers.
This is getting confusing.
This is what I'm saying.
This is too much.
This is what I'm saying, Coach Rose.
This is too much. Oh my gosh.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like when it comes to agriculture, you got people, you got scientists, you know what I'm saying, that make pesticides and make whole nother species of different plants and stuff and animals. Like they ain't farmers, they agriculturalists. But at the end of the day, a farmer is a farmer because a scientist is what? It's a scientist. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, you got me there.
Exactly.
We're good. We're good on this conversation. Austin Douglas. I think we need to go Christian Gonzalez at 8 Poe.
I want Tyree Wilson. That's what I want. But the thing is, this Jalen Carter situation, if it messes us up and he falls, that's just going to be a domino effect, and you might have to settle with the Christian Gonzalez. And if it's a situation where you have to settle, you know, if you actually have to settle, you might as well just trade back, right? So you don't settle for nothing. You know, it's like I didn't settle with you. I pursued you. I didn't, you know, you somebody I liked and I want to do. So it's like I had to go ahead and jump up on it.
Okay.
What Beyonce say, won't you come over and check up? I had to come over and check up on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to have to settle for Christian Gonzalez. I want the Falcons to come over and check up on it.
Anthony Souvignier is trying to give you some advice. He said, I learned to just agree, Big Low. Just say, yes, babe, you're right. Happy wife, happy life.
Well, see,
thank you, Anthony Souvignier.
Shout out to my bro Anthony.
That's a da-da-da super smart comment.
I can't go running. You trying to use my whole thing to get me. That's a what now? Oh.
Da-da-da! That's a super smart comment.
Oh man. Oh man. Rockman comment. He says, "My neighbor is a farmer and one of the nicest men I know." Yes, they definitely are. Definitely are. Keith Spencer, he says Gonzalez. He says a running mate for AJ Terrell. Coach Wallace says, I think Witherspoon is the pick. I'm starting like Witherspoon more than more than Gonzalez, to be completely honest with you. So look, it's one of those situations. Look at Shaka being bad. It's one of those situations where if I had a choice between the two, I would want Witherspoon. But Keith, he also said Witherspoon, he's injury prone. So you gotta pick and choose.
Don't deal with injury prone people. Leave them where they are.
Yeah. Austin Douglas says, I think we could really build a solid secondary. That's another thing I want to ask y'all about. So, I think last week, Jesse Bates, I don't know if you heard about this, Coach Ronnie. Jesse Bates, he's supposed to be the best safety in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say he's the best safety in the league.
Wow. Okay.
Put out an Instagram post. He was in Atlanta chilling out with Kyle Pitts, AJ Terrell, a few other players.
Oh wow!
He's hanging out with my guys.
They were recruiting him.
They were recruiting.
So those kind of recruiters are cool.
They're recruiting them because they're players.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, if it was a situation where he was coming to a college and they were
shades of recruiting, huh?
And they were recruiting them as recruiters, and they was in a relationship with them. That's where the lines get kind of great.
Gotcha.
You don't want to be doing stuff like that. That's
so
all. So
they think that because he was here on the visit, that there's a good chance he's coming here.
Yeah. But one thing that we also have to remember, like Atlanta is just where people come.
Yeah. People like coming here.
A lot of these NFL players have houses here.
Mm-hmm. Even if they don't play here.
Even if they don't play here.
A lot of people live here.
It's like, let's say, this year I get my starting quarterback job with the Falcons, and it doesn't work, and I move on. Let's say I play for Arizona 3 years from now. We're still gonna have our house here. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's just one of those things. Petty Pendergrass says, y'all know that's been our history. The Falcons love broken players, blown knees, back issues, heart problems. No problem for us. Shouts out to Grandizer in the chat. Much love to my homeboy Grandizer. I see him in here. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Coach Wallace says, Coach Ronnie, I second that motion. Happy life. A happy wife, happy life.
There you go.
Hello. That's it.
Hello.
That's it. Happy spouse, happy house. What?
Okay.
Oh man. But yeah. I think it's a strong possibility. Another thing, a lot of people were talking about, because like I said, he was hanging out with Kyle Pitts, and AJ Terrell. I'm sorry, y'all. Our dog has the zoomies. AJ Terrell, he also had the same agent as a one Deshaun Watson, right? So whatever AJ break it here. Whenever AJ Terrell, whenever Deshaun Watson was coming, everybody was like, "Oh, AJ Terrell, Deshaun Watson, they got the same agent." So it's one of those situations where just because two guys have the same agent, that doesn't mean it's set in stone. Shocking. Come here. You old sorry joker. Come here. Say what's up, everybody. Shot.
Since you want to be heard so bad.
Yeah, since you want to be heard, say what's up. Say what's up.
Oh, now she's quiet.
That's what she always do. She get on camera or something. Shot, say what in the world, Bo? What in the world, Bo?
Come on, Sean.
But yeah, just because they got the same agent, that doesn't mean that it's one of those situations where, they're gonna be playing on the same team. the agent's job at the end of the day is make sure that their guys get the best deal possible. So, you know, Jesse Bates, he might want to try to come to the Falcons, and it might be cool living in Atlanta and everything. But at the end of the day, if he gets a offer with the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's $5 million more. It's a good possibility he's going to the Jaguars. You know, Grant Dodger says that's a big dog. Man, that dog is 3 months old, bro. Wait a minute, she just turned 13 weeks today, right? Yeah, the dog is 13 weeks old. Yeah, so she definitely. Coach Wild says, but I heard all four of them had the same agent. They was just hanging out together. Yeah, I mean, so maybe he was just in town chilling out. Maybe he has a house here. But you know, we're gonna see. Coach Christian said that dog was playing the drums.
Yeah, so loud. Sorry, y'all.
We apologize, y'all. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those situations. It should be her bedtime. Should I still up? Man, I thought she would have been wore out. Coach Granddaughter says February 21st to March 7th, teams may use the franchise or transition tag on a pending unrestricted free agents. March 7th, colleges begin hosting pro days. Man, can't beat it. It's that time of the year. March 13th, noon through March 15th, clubs may enter contract negotiations with pending unrestricted free agents. So that's the tampering uh, stage. So they can kind of check and see what they can do. Ghost Pepper says men say happy wife, happy life. Women say happy husband. Nothing rhymes with husband.
Amen.
Oh, well.
So forget about it.
Oh man, look, as long as she happy, I'm happy. That's how I go. That's how I go. But yeah, I mean, so do you think there's something to that, Coach Ronnie?
Something to what?
Like Jesse Bates coming and
Nah.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
I hope it is. I mean, because it's like, you know I've been saying this whole time, like, look, just because we got the money, that doesn't mean that we have to blow it. But with that being said, I don't know if you remember me saying the way that this defense and this defense is going to be completely different from the previous defense, because this is actually going to it's legit going to be a mixed front defense, multiple front defense. So it's going to depend on what they're running. I feel like Dean Pease, a lot of times what he was doing was he was trying to make the offense conform to what he was doing, opposed to conforming to what the offense was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, with that being said, last year I said the safeties are going to determine how successful this team is. I feel like the front four is really the determining factor. Safeties are just icing on the cake on this defense with Ryan Nielsen, because it's all built on what happens at the point of attack. Coach Wallace says, but I think we're going to resign our players first before signing a player from free agency. And you know that's normally the process that most teams do. They try to get their guys first and make sure that take care of home first before you move forward. So we're going to kind of see, look for some guys to get some possible extensions. I think right now we're at 60. Where we at? 65 million. After releasing Marcus Mariota, so unceremoniously. But let me see here. Pull up over the cap. So now we're really going to get a chance to see exactly what we're going to be able to do. 66.7 million. So that's where we're at now. Granddad says things that make Big Low Kuntry crazy: Falcons losing games, talks of tanking games, and leaving the microwave door open. Heard that, Coach Ronnie?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh man, because of that bulb blows, then I won't have to find a bulb. And then Coach Ronnie will be like, I wish the microwave worked, such and such. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find a bulb. Now I'll be forgetting to go look for a bulb. Yeah, it's just the whole thing. Look, man, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us. Thank you so much. We talked about a little bit of everything tonight. We talked about, you know, how we told you so about Marcus Mariota. We talked about the whole Jalen Carter situation. Um, Coach Roney learned that a lawnmower is a tractor. Um, crackling bread is bread. What else we talk about, Coach Roney? Yeah, talk about Jalen Carter. We talked about the progressive agriculturalist of America.
Future farmers of America.
CT Hill says, "What's up, Coach Lord, Coach Roney?" And I love the shirt. Go Dogs. You already know. You already know. But yeah, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all chopping it up with us. I forgot to ask y'all to make sure that you hit that like button throughout the show. I was having such a good time chopping it up. It's been a while since we've been on here. But make sure that you do hit that like button before you leave. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. Also, share this channel with your friends and family who are sports fans, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Please don't do anything that I would do. I need y'all to stay safe, take it easy, and we'll holler at y'all next time. Bo, what in the world?